Your law didn't say it's
Okay.
schools opposed to.
We are live. And this is the committee of conference on H56. And we have the Senate proposal amendment and the original bill. So, what's your problem with our work?
I wonder if Kirby could take us through the difference, so to start us off, and if, just making sure before we all run off at the last minute, we will schedule our next time together before we leave.
We will,
Okay, great.
just don't be surprised if it gets changed,
I would not.
because.
We have I know, none of us have control over schedules right now.
You know,
No.
so you can try.
Would you like me to share the screen or just walk through?
I can't see the screen, so.
Okay. Okay,
It's the other side. of the
You'll have paper
microphone.
copies of both versions.
Yeah, we have both.
okay, and I also shared this side by side comparison.
Thank you, put this side by side as well, thank you.
So sections 1 through 12 are the same. Since they're the same, would you like me to walk through them?
No,
Okay.
we're all the same.
So in sections 12A and 12B, the Senate version has an extension of the sales tax exemption for advanced wood boilers for 2027, and the House did not have that.
Resident appropriations.
And in section 13, the House had a local government revenue working group, which was removed. And the Senate has an exclusion of ATVs from the sales tax definition of casual sale. And section 14, the House version has the wealth tax commission, and the Senate removed that. And there's conforming language in the Senate version for the ATV change, which allowed for the trade-in allowance for ATVs. Section 15 is the same in both. And then section 16 for the House version, it was the effective dates. And so there's a few other sections for the Senate added that were not in the House version. And those are an extension of the machinery and equipment tax credits for 2030. And
Was that in here?
Of course.
And finally, the Senate added an allowance of local option tax for municipalities to vote through their legislative body without having a charter change.
We voted out.
Have you?
That was out. We couldn't, we didn't do the, government, that, but this is our form of revenue share. So that revenue. Okay, now we're looking at that. Thanks, appreciate it.
I'm curious to hear a little bit more about the ATVs. Typically, the testimony in the ATV people seemed unhappy. Really, all I know.
Well, afterwards, the ATV people came to us and said they wished that they had gotten, I guess it's a greater percentage of the money to go into the ATV trail program. If Bill was gone, so I suggested they talk to you. But this one came out of transportation, so I'll let Senator Chipman.
I can speak to it. It came up a few times that this was to conform with how we treat snowmobiles. So my understanding of snowmobiles, if you sell it in the aftermarket, if it's a private sale, you pay those sales taxes. But with ATVs, they're treated differently, and so this was to apply some more consistency across those. If anything, it was also offered as making it more equitable for ATV dealers, since right now they have to pay the sales tax or the purchase and use, and not sales tax, but then the private sales don't. So we just saw this as a way also to collect some additional revenue for the ed fund, a small amount as it is, and to provide some consistency across similar type size vehicles.
Is there any money for the fund, Chris?
Chris, with joint fiscal, we estimate it's a little squishy in the estimate, but we think it'd be in the ballpark of about 200,000 a year.
And the machinery and equipment tax credit?
That was done in appropriations. We did it a number of years ago, like 10 maybe. It's very limited. And when we did it, it was without a specific company in the kingdom. And this would just extend it.
Chris, do you have any information about the fiscal impact of that measure, the machinery tax credit?
Sure, as Senator Cummings said, this is a very limited tax credit. And due to taxpayer confidentiality, we don't know exactly what the recipient's liability would be. I can tell you that nothing about the language opens it up for more entities to take advantage of the credit or change the existing caps in law. What this language would do is give the recipient a few more years to spend down their credits. I think in the recent changes that were made to corporate taxes a few years ago, and when the state moved to single sales apportionment, that very significantly reduced the recipient's corporate tax liability. So due to the fact that there's not a lot of corporate tax liability to offset from this credit, it's expected to have a minimal fiscal impact extending this.
Okay, thank you.
And just the wood boilers?
We didn't do it. This is something we do every year. It's advanced wood boilers. They're very expensive, and this is the credit to help people buy. And ones that automatically give you the dollar. A lot of your schools.
They like sort of like durable wheels, but over to me.
One I saw in the house in a school that we. Stuff.
Maybe we can move it to 2026 if Senator Pritchett can bring this in public space. And then for revenue sharing, not liking.
Not liking it. You couldn't get anyone that wanted to do it. Everybody is backed up.
VLCT didn't want to.
They didn't even come in. We just asked the usual suspects if they're all for both solid for both studies. The reaction to the other study was a little more vehement, at least from the text. Most undecorated Christmas tree I've ever presented. Whoever's yield though is making it.
Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad. Are you expecting a lot of amendments this afternoon?
If we can get the rules suspended, and that's a little iffy right now. I think the administration's looking for some time to do something. We'll take it up. And I'm expecting a bigger discussion.
Thank you for all of your. All three of you.
Yeah, I'm not decorating it very much.
No, it was. She had. Well, this is all really helpful to look at. Thank you, and to take through it. I think we all need just a moment to think on it all. Until we meet again.
Yeah, I'm thinking tomorrow at the same time, we put our best bet.
We might have a meeting.
Okay,
Tomorrow, yeah.
let's see what we've got. I've got 10 bills, I got 2 more this morning. So we're gonna be going in, if they don't let us off the floor until 2:00.
Do you all have the floor at 9 tomorrow, or could we meet?
I think it's at 10, so yeah, we could meet at 9 or
Okay.
9:30.
Let's do that.
Okay,
Okay,
so
9 or 9:30.
9:30 probably, I don't think I'm gonna take long.
Great,
Okay,
thanks.
thank you.